Trillions of dollars of factories are going to be built in America. That's huge GDP. The factories being built in America are huge.
That takes
GDP.
years. And you've said that robots are going to fill those jobs. So those aren't union worker jobs.
It's automated factories, but the key is who's going to build the factories, who's going to operate the factories, who's going to make them work. Great American workers. The army of millions and millions of human beings screwing in little screws to make iPhones. That kind of thing is going to come to America. It's going to be automated, and great Americans, the trade craft of America, is going to fix them, is going to work on them.
Our great national tariff nightmare is over, or at least it kind of is for today, and then tomorrow it'll be a different nightmare. Donald Trump has caved. That is the point. He realized that he was screwing himself, screwing the country, and is trying to find a way out of it. And he did so in a rather insane, even for Trump Truth Social post, when he admitted, yes, he is wrong for every country except China, which makes this all the more interesting and still yet chaotic, all of which we are going to get into. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already, and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now, this is breaking news in a developing story. So before we get into Trump's post and some of the responses from his cabinet around it, I want to hear from Chris Hayes, who gave a great breakdown on why we should expect this to be happening from the Trump administration in a clip right here.
Again, we're not talking about high-paying unionized assembly line jobs of the 1950s, 60s here. So don't think GM. Think Triangle Shirtwaist Factory of the early 1900s. Or, you know, the 21st century version, I guess, as described by Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick.
Trillions of dollars of factories are going to be built in America. That's huge GDP. The factories being built in America are huge.
That takes years. And you've said that robots are going to fill those jobs. So those aren't union worker jobs.
It's automated factories, but the key is who's going to build the factories, who's going to operate the factories, who's going to make them work. Great American workers. The army of millions and millions of human beings screwing in little screws to make iPhones. That kind of thing is going to come to America. It's going to be automated, and great Americans, the trade craft of America, is going to fix them, is going to work on them.
Bro, what are you talking about? That's the vision? That's a vision. It's honestly too self-contradictory to call it a vision. The screwing of the little screws will be in America, millions of people doing it, but it will be automated, and then the great American workers will be proudly fixing the robots that do the screwing? Who's getting screwed? If you err on the side of taking it all seriously, which again, it takes some effort, or believing that Trump wants to see this through and cause a global trade war and send us back to the 1890s, which I think is where we're at. The only thing that can stop it right now is probably Congress. And what's surprising is it looks like it might be starting to move a little bit in that direction. Today, senators from both parties got to grill Trump's trade representative, and Republicans did not hold back.
Who pays these high tariffs? In the short, medium term, it will be the consumer. It'll be the consumer. And so I'm worried about the inflationary effect. I'm worried if there is a trade war, that we're going to have markets shutting down for American farmers.
I don't often agree with the members on the other side of the aisle, but in many cases here today, particularly when they're expressing concern about small businesses in their states, I'm hoping you're very, and I hope you and the president are very sensitive about companies potentially going bankrupt by these actions.
Whose throat do I get to choke if this proves to be wrong?
That last senator there, that's Tom Tillis in North Carolina. He's up for re-election in a swing state. He's also one of 7 Republican senators who are now backing a bipartisan bill that would require Congress to approve President Trump's tariffs on trading partners. Under that bill, sponsored by Republican Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa and Democratic Senator Maria Cantwell of Washington, any tariffs imposed by the president would expire after 60 days unless...
So everything has completely fallen apart. It is no surprise that Donald Trump has decided in the post that we are going to get to in just a second that he has had enough of the blowback from tariffs. The bond markets were crashing. The stock market was crashing. Even his own supporters, Republicans in the Senate and the House, the Fox propaganda outlet, MAGA celebrities were turning on him as he was costing them billions and actually really trillions of dollars. He is freaking out. He is panicked. And the post he made to try to solve this when he admitted defeat on his tariff plan kinda only makes it worse. And we can see that right here. Trump wrote on Truth Social, based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's markets, I am hereby raising the tariff charged to China by the United States of America to 125% effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on that fact, the more than 75 countries that have called representatives of the United States, including the Departments of Commerce, Treasury, and the USR, to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non-monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States, I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%, also effective immediately. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, considering that there were several multiple syllable words in that post, it is clear that it was not written by Trump, but he is certainly directing it. And why I said that this is not a solution to our nightmare, although it is Donald Trump admitting defeat, is that we still don't know what he wants to accomplish out of this. We still don't know if Donald Trump is going to bring the tariffs back. We still don't know if Donald Trump wants the tariffs long term or there's some sort of negotiating tactic. Because the Republicans in his administration are saying both that they think it is long-term fiscal policy, but also that Trump is trying to cut a deal. Carolyn Levitt just yesterday said that they are doing both, which makes no sense, but there's much more to unpack here. Donald Trump is still keeping a reciprocal tariff on China. He's raising it. China is doubling down as well. We have such a huge trade relationship with them that this is going to still decimate our economy. But what it shows to other countries that are happy to keep up their tariffs on the United States for a little longer is that Donald Trump will bend. Why would any other country change their trade policy with the United States if they know they can just continue to put pressure on Donald Trump and he will bend? That is the problem with what has happened. There are actually so many problems with what has happened. Let's also look at the days following Liberation Day. The stock market tanked, and we saw so many people cash out and liquidate their retirement savings, taking huge penalties on taking their money out of the market. Now, what do they do? That the stock market has gone up, that money is gone. Donald Trump's tariff plan has already cost so much. Just because we see what appears to be a rebound in the market does not mean that everything is saved and everything is fine. People still feel this chaos. People still feel this confusion. And if you want to talk about price increases, you think those are going down just because Donald Trump ended his trade war with some countries that we don't know which they are yet. No, this is all a complete disaster still, and it's all because Donald Trump is panicked and unaware and just flat out stupid. They don't have a plan. He just tried to look tough. Now he looks real weak. And it's the reason why the markets are going to continue to fluctuate and chaos is going to be at the center of this country. That is what the administration is, and it is why so many people are still freaking out. And Ari Melber broke that down right here.
They're sharing concern, panic, confusion, and even disgust over the cost of Trump's flailing trade war.
Yeah, I'm voting for Trump. Trump has put his tariffs all over the place. I've been trying to understand them. I don't. And everything's in the because of it. Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did. Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Everyone in this room, everyone loves you. And I just want to say you're a true hero for this country. I don't know how many of you guys are invested in crypto or stocks. What the is going on with our country? Guys, why am I poor?
Because Donald Trump is the nominee against Joe Biden, I won't just vote for him. I will walk over broken glass to vote for him. His giant tariff policy that he just dropped on the market unilaterally, probably unconstitutionally.
This is a vivid demonstration of very well-known prominent Trump fans, whether they're in your feeds, as they say, or not, going through their own personal experience of the harm of these Trump economic policies as their viewers watch. And this shows how the medium is still the message. The younger viewers might see their favorite commentator reacting to the markets in real time, kind of like a popular YouTube reaction videos, or sometimes there'll be a video of someone cooking or a dog doing a trick and then someone else reacts. That's how some people are getting these bad market updates, learning how bad things are in reality. And it is hard to dismiss these last 5 days as some, quote, snowflake old media conspiracy when very MAGA-friendly new media are live streaming their pain.
Donald Trump just cost me $20 million or whatever he did.
What the is going on with our country?
Maybe don't be on the golf course.
Guys, why am I poor?
Now, losing 20 million means you have more than 20 million. Trump's richest backers are losing even more. The tech titans from the inauguration, who had criticized Trump before, remember, who had given public warnings about exactly the type of governing failures we've been seeing now, they're down tens of billion with a B. The one who lost the most has actually been the most involved. Musk on the right losing over $100 billion in the past few months alone. It's hard to even get your head around the numbers. This theme runs from those tech elites to the MAGA podcasters I showed you to some of the most seasoned Wall Street insiders. Take the hedge fund leader and Trump backer Bill Ackman, who made a lot of news this week by bemoaning how the tariffs from Trump are leading to a self-induced economic nuclear winter. Total reversal, I should say, from his post-election vow that Trump would do nothing to interfere with America's economy.
We're stepping into, I would say, the most pro-growth, pro-business, pro-American administration I've perhaps seen in my adult lifetime, certainly. President Trump will do nothing that interferes with the success of the country, the success of the economy.
He will do nothing. That was post-election. That was just over 100 days ago. And yet, what Ackman is referring to, the quote I read you that's new, tariffs causing an economic nuclear winter. The tariffs are from the guy Ackman wanted elected. Ackman now part of this larger money-losing team who said they just didn't think Trump would tariff like he said he would. Ackman also goes further in addressing this. He claims it was actually unforeseeable that Trump would do what he said he would do on tariffs, posting, quote, I don't think this was foreseeable. I assumed economic rationality would be paramount. My bad. All right. And yet, might be or not, it was somehow foreseeable to other people, some of whom are, of course, Trump critics or in the opposition to Trump and MAGA, some of whom are just nonpartisan individual experts or journalists who try to track what he really does and how he operates. And we have a long record now for that. Because many other people knew that it was foreseeable if Trump campaigned on pardoning convicts like he vowed, that he would. And he did. Or that he would try to use power to punish opponents like he vowed, and he's doing now. Or that he would flout court orders and not care about limits on his power, from immigration to tariffs to other features of the presidency, because he said he would, and he previously dodged 4 different indictments like he vowed, and he did. So, added together, just a couple quick examples, yes, it was foreseeable that President Trump, if elected, would tariff like he said he would.
It's just been a complete disaster. Full stop. This is a complete disaster, and there is no through line. There is nothing that the administration has communicated that shows they know what they want to do with this. It is just a mess. Even if Donald Trump decided he was taking all tariffs away, the damage has been done, and no one knows what this madman will do next. He has created instability that cannot be fixed until he is out of the White House. That is the ultimate problem here, that the trust in America, as we have seen in so many different ways, has evaporated overnight. I don't know what it's going to take to get it back, but it's going to take a lot of calling out Donald Trump, and we have to do that every single day on the show. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, and drop a blue heart in the comments, and until next time, I'll see you soon.